Hey, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. My name's Robert, and this is Pheasant Lane Farm. Today, we're going to run our two beef steers through our new Arrowquip Q-Catch 54 Series squeeze chute that we bought about a month and a half ago. Before we do that, let me talk about this setup a little bit. Going back to 2021 when we built this barn, I knew I should have gone bigger. It just wasn't in the budget. We needed a barn that was good for cattle on one side, horses on the other, and I had a budget, and my stipulation was I want to pay cash to be done with it and then do the finish work myself as we go. So what we decided on was a 30 by 80. If you guys have seen the videos before, there's a solid wall here to my right. On one side, there's a 5-stall horse barn, concrete aisleway, and a tack room. On this side, I have a 40-foot by 10-foot wide cow pen, steer pen. It goes out into a dry lot, or it can flip a gate. They can go out into a dry lot and out on pasture. So when I was setting this up in my mind, okay, how am I going to do this? I don't have a place to put a tub. I really don't have a place to put a big alley. This is what I came up with. Driving around, just thinking in my head, sitting in class, what can I come up with? I actually sketched some things out on graph paper. This isn't going to be the final setup. I know there's a lot of tweaks that need to be made, and that's where you come in. If anybody has any comments on how I can make this a little better, I would love to hear it. There's not a lot of information out there on cattle working setups for the small time guy. Right now we just have two. We did two last year just to provide our family with good quality beef. Excuse me. The way things are going right now, I'd like to have a little extra beef in the freezer than not enough, if you know what I mean. So let me show you what we got. I actually, we hauled in some hay the other day. Let me get up on top of the hay bales, shoot down, and kind of explain to you what we are working with. And I know it's not ideal. I'm going to say that right up front. But like I said, I hope some people can give some feedback. The bulk of this is just some Tractor Supply panels, some tartar. I talked to my Arrowquip dealer. I want to order quite a few of the Arrowquip light pressure panels. They make a heavy pressure and a light pressure panel. The problem is, he says they're kind of behind on those. I'd have to order them 2 months ahead. And I was going to go ahead and order them, and then I realized maybe I should use some of these panels and gates I already have here to kind of get an idea if my theory of operation here is going to work well or not. So, like I said, there's a 10 by 40 pen, and when we get up on the hay, you'll see how I'm going to do this. I'm actually using their pen as kind of a holding pen and then push them in. It's not an actual alley, but I think this will work. And right now, I need to apply some medications, or actually some wormer and some insecticide on these guys. So the main thing is that it gets done safely, and I think this will work for that. And also, I apologize for Mother Nature. I don't know if that's picking up on the camera. So far today, we've had pure sunshine with not a cloud in the sky. We've had rain, snow, and this is the third time today it's hailing. So I'll stop the video here, get up on there. I will wait for the weather to die down a little bit, and I'll kind of show you an eagle's eye view of what we're working with. All right, on top of the haystack here, kind of an eagle eye view of what's going on. You can see the full width of what we're working with here. This barn's 30. I wish I would have built it 40 or even 50, but I wanted to be able to pay cash, and that just wasn't in the cards back then. So this 10 by 40 pen, all these panels are 12 feet long. Usually there sits a trough there and a water source on top of a big water tank outside. So real quick, let me show you a picture from outside. The curtain's down because it's been pouring down raining. But let me put a picture up here and show you kind of a view from our pasture that shows our dry lot and this. So usually this gate here opens up. There's a post behind this post. That gate's open on a 45, so they can pick whether they want to be in the barn or out on the dry lot. Their dry lot gate, if I open it all the way, they get to pick whether they want to be in the barn, in the dry lot, or out on pasture. So here's my theory. Get them at that end, which shouldn't be a big deal. They're big babies. Pull the two pins. Everything's on pins. Pull the two pins on this 12-footer. Slide it over. I can move them from there right into here, into the chute, and out, and push them right back into the dry lot. With this setup the way it is, I can still get our, I think it's 30-foot overall length, our stock trailer in here. And then when I'm not using this, the chute will still stay. I'll just take down the other panels, and no big deal. These blue panels are all 10 foot. So there's There's one here. There's 4 out there. Excuse me, going around, pushing them back into there. This is a 6-foot gate I had laying around. I wasn't sure what to put in there to fill that gap. Right here that you're looking dead on, this is a 6-foot bow gate, and that's a 4-foot bow gate. Both of those are hooked to the right rear corner of that chute, so I can walk around the chute if I have to apply stuff on both sides or check something out while I'm working them. And it gives me an attachment point for the rest of those panels. So that's what we are working with. Like I said, when I looked up small scale cattle working areas, I really didn't find anything. I will say that my Arrowquip dealer, Ross Cockrell, I've been talking to him, kind of bouncing some ideas off. I want to maybe put a 4-foot here, a 4-foot gate here, make this a longer panel, or make it a little more of an arch, so I can get a more of an alleyway. But let's see how this works first, and then I'll go back to the drawing board. I definitely want to get some of the newer Arrowquip light pressure panels. I like the rectangle tubing on them. I want to add some more gates in here and stuff like that. But this is what I had. I had to go buy a few more of the 10-footers. I had most everything else here. So this will at least prove my theory if it's going to work at all before I go spend the money on the rest of the Arrowquip stuff. But after buying the chute and seeing the quality, I definitely want to start upgrading my panels to some Arrowquip. Just walk along the wall.
I'll just do it myself. Oh, don't eat that! Do it.
Just have it. Squeeze.
That's as far as I can go.
Come on. Aaron, can you get me this bottle right there? That jug.
His tail.
He's like, this sucks.
All right, well, that's going to wrap up today's festivities. Overall, I'm happy with the outcome of today. Our main objectives were met, where these guys went in, they got what they needed. They're safe and we're safe. And I think safety is probably the main reason I bought this chute, on top of quality and ease of operation. So the things that could have gone a little smoother today, those are on my part, on how I came up with this. In theory, I thought this was going to work pretty well. It didn't work bad, but like I just said, there's room for improvement. And I think the number one thing I need to figure out is this is only a 6-foot straight shot into that chute. And this 10-foot panel is going back on an angle back to a post back there. So I think I need to find a way to get these guys in an alley, whether it be, 8 foot before they go into the chute. If I can figure that out, I think I'm going to be golden. I have some ideas in my head, but like I said, I don't have 4-foot bow gates. I mean, I have this one, but I don't have an 8-foot panel to make up the difference of 12 feet. So it's just a lot of tweaking, and I'm pretty confident now I have a setup in my head that would work a lot better than this. Some of the issue today was these steers, I don't think have ever been run through a chute, except for when I bought them. I backed up to a chute. They ran them out of a barn down a very long alley through a chute, jumped right in the stock trailer, and away I went. I buy my calves from a friend of mine. I know they're good quality, they're good genetics, and they're treated well, but I just don't think they've been worked in a chute. These guys go to butcher here in a few months, so I'm not too worried about it. But I'm always looking ahead. How can I make this better for the next go-round? Going back to the steers, one of them worked absolutely beautiful. We moved that silver panel over. He walked out, walked in here, got on him a little bit with the Arrowquip sorting flag, and he's like, all right. He walked right in the chute, closed the door, caught him first try, and worked him, put on the insecticide and a thing for internal parasites, opened it up, took the squeeze off. He walked right out, made a turn just very calmly, and that was it. Absolutely perfect. The other one, on the other hand, who's kind of the big one, who doesn't like to be separated, once we got him in this little area here, he didn't want to go in the chute. So Amber had to get pretty heavy on him with the sorting flag. He finally got in the chute, and that's where things kind of went bad. Even with the head catch on, he tried to go to his knees, and it wasn't too bad. I worked him quick, got on the 2 products we needed to get on his back. The main problem was, once I took the squeeze off, once we opened the head gate on him, he did not want to leave that chute. He just honestly looked comfy. He just kind of stood back, leaned against the back door. I thought he was going to take a nap. He was just looking around, was calm. He wasn't bellering, he wasn't mooing. And next thing you know, open up the side panels. I'm kind of poking him, trying to get him out. And finally, he just moseyed out on his own. But I know we're not a super high rush situation. We only have 2 head. Last weekend, a good friend of ours, Timmy, and his wife, Katie, invited us over to work their herd with them. So I just want to say thank you to those guys. I learned so much last weekend. They have a shorthorn herd, some show cattle mixed in there, as well as they have a feeder program, all kind of intertwined. So I think we ran 20 or more head through. Some of them were a lot on the crazy side. So I learned a lot about working some crazy cattle, as well as some that just work real smooth. So that was a learning experience last weekend. Today was a learning experience. Kiddo learned a lot, I think. Last weekend, she had a job when the cattle came out of Timmy's chute. She had a sorting pole, and she just kind of kept pressure on them, and they knew for the most part where they were going. She just had to go out kind of around the barn and make sure they went through a separate gate. Went pretty well. These guys, she gives them treats all the time. She's out here loving on them. She understands that they are for meat. So I think part of that is they really don't respect her, but got a sorting flag in her hand, and I think they were really confused on why is this little munchkin coming at us like that. So, like I said, learning experience for us, learning experience for them, and most importantly, I know what I have to do to make this better. But in saying that, if you have any ideas, if you have any ways that we can improve this, please let me know. I think a big part of it is opening that silver panel all the way up makes just kind of a big area for them, especially there's only 2. And once they'd get in here, they kind of played musical chairs for a while, and that was it. So I just want to say thanks for watching this video. The sun's going down. The lighting today has just been absolutely atrocious. I apologize. I can't do anything about that. But thank you for watching. As always, I hope this was informational. Lately, I've been getting one critic, Farmhand Gavin, if you guys know from last year. Last night, he told me, he goes, your videos aren't exciting like they used to be. Well, we're learning in real time in these videos. They all can't be exciting. They all can't be tractor stuff. I hope they're informational. I get a lot of emails and comments, people saying, hey, we love how informational your videos and stuff are. So that's what we try to do. I try not to talk too much. I try and keep some videos shorter, but on some videos where it's kind of in-depth technical, I know I talk a little bit too much. But that's that, guys. I appreciate you watching this video. A big thank you to Arrowquip. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't have any kickback from them. But again, I'm going to say it. I appreciate them making a fantastic chute that's safe to operate and quality and easy to operate. So I look forward to getting a hold of my dealer, and I wish I had a way to test my new theory before I spent all the money on some panels, but we'll see how it goes. So, all right, everybody, thank you for everything. It's been a rough 3 years since we bought this place and my accident and, you know, trying to rebuild life at 35. But I think we're doing a good job and we're staying positive, and that's the most important. It wasn't always that way. So, thank you guys for watching. As always, God bless, and most importantly, make smart decisions. We will catch you on the next one. And I think it's about to start storming again. Take care, everybody. I appreciate you.